Welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can create this circle custom shape on PixelLab and how you can power clip an image into it. So if you are new here, consider subscribing for more design tips and inspiration. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment below. And to my returning viewers, thank you so much for your continued support. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, so this is PixelLab, and the first thing I'll be doing is I'll be deleting the default text. And after that, I'll go over to introduce a shape to this particular design interface, and I'll be selecting a circle. Okay, so after I've done that, I'll just go over to relative size to increase the size exactly like this. Okay, let me leave it at 70, and we'll be using the relative position to position it at the center. Okay, so after we've done this, we'll duplicate this, we'll copy this shape, and this one we've copied, we'll just be selecting a color for it. Okay, let me make use of this green color, and after we'll just reduce the size. We'll reduce the size like exactly like this. Okay, so once we reduce the size like this, we'll go over to relative position and we'll be adjusting it at the center again. Okay, so after we have done this, we'll copy this, we'll recopy this, and this time around, this one will be selecting white. We'll be selecting white as a color, or we'll just turn off the color to enable the white color, and we'll go over to relative size to reduce this by, okay, let's say by 2, and we'll be using the relative position to just align it at the center. Okay, so once we've gotten to this point, we'll go over to layers, and we'll be locking all the layers here. Okay, and the next thing we'll be doing now, we'll go over to shape. We're making use of this square. Okay, we'll be selecting this green color, that green color, and we'll just go over to reduce the size of the shape. Okay, let me just do something like this. Okay, and we'll be using our hand to just rotate it, or you can go over to the rotate tool and you rotate it. Okay, but in this case, I'll just be using my hand to just rotate this, and I'll be bringing this here. Exactly. Then, okay, let me reduce the spacing like this. Okay, so I can click on it, copy it. So the copied one, I will be using the position tool to just move it to the right part of the design, exactly like this. Okay, this line will help us to create the division in the design. Okay, so after we've put this one there, we'll just go ahead to copy. Then we'll go over to rotate tool. And we'll just rotate this something like this. Then we'll be using our position tool to adjust it at the down part, exactly like this. Just adjust this, and we can go over to copy. We'll go and copy again, and we'll just be placing it. So for this design, I'll be creating we want the division to be 1 2 3 4 5 to be 5. So this particular circle division will be 5. Okay, and we'll just be adjusting this like this. So click on this one again and using the position tool to adjust it so it rests on this circle. Okay, we have to readjust this one also, sorry. Then we'll use the position tool to just take this up a little bit, and we'll adjust it to ensure it touches the circle, and this is okay. So now we've done this, we'll go over to layers and we'll be locking all the layers again, exactly like this. Okay, and we'll go over to shape. And this shape will added, we'll change the color to the green color we have been using. You can use any other color depending on you, depending on what you want. You can use any other color. So once we've added this like this, we'll just click on, while still clicking on this shape. Okay, let me position this so it covers the entire design. While still clicking on it, we'll be sending it to back, exactly like this. And we'll go over to layers and we'll be merging everything together. And we've created this. Okay, so now we've created this. You see, everything is one. Just position this at the center. Okay, once we've created this, we'll go over to erase color, and we'll be removing the white color. As you can see, we have removed the white color, exactly like this. Okay, so it's time for us to start imputing the images into each section here. So we'll just go ahead to lock this from layers, and we'll go over to import. And for the first one, I'll be selecting this image first. And I'll reduce it and just place this here. Okay, and just increase this on it so it fits into the down part. Okay, let me send this to back. Okay, but the problem now is we want those. Okay, let me log this so I can explain. We want this image to only be in this division. So how are we going to do that? There are two ways of doing that. You can use the eraser tool to erase the unwanted parts, but I won't be doing that for in this case. Okay, I'll be making use of shapes. To actually crop out the parts I don't want. And how will I do that? I'll just go over to shapes. I'll be selecting. Okay, we'll go over to the shape. I'll be making use of a red color, so which is this default color, and I'll just be placing it here. I'll be placing the shape here, like to cover the unwanted parts. Okay, just stay with me in this video and you understand. Watch carefully. Then we'll copy this, and we'll just rotate this slightly, and we'll be placing this one here. Rotate this. We'll be placing this one here. Okay, and we'll copy this again. We'll copy this and we'll rotate it exactly like this, and we'll be placing it exactly here at this part. Okay, so it remains this one that looks like a semicircle. So just go over to shape again, and we'll be changing it to a circle. We'll be selecting a circle shape, and we'll go over to color and just pick this default color. And this one here, we'll be using it. We'll just increase this and reduce the size here, and we'll be placing this one exactly here. We'll just fix it so it doesn't crop the wanted part out. Okay, so you just have to be careful while doing this. You have to be very careful while doing this. Okay, and once I've gotten something like this, we'll just go over to layers, and we'll be merging the image and the shapes we added recently, which is this. And once we've done this, we'll go over to erase color. We'll go over to erase color. We'll enable, and we'll be selecting this color picker to select this red color, and we have gotten this. And now we'll just send the image to back, and this is it. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing for the rest of the layers. We'll be doing the same thing for the rest of the layers. Okay, so we'll go over to import. Okay, and in this case, okay, let me select this one, and I'll be placing this at the center. So I'll be changing the ratio of this to that of circle, leaving it as 1:1, and I'll just reduce this and position it at the center. Okay, you just reduce it because you want it to fit perfectly at the center. Okay, let's see how this, and this is okay. So we'll just go ahead to log this. We'll go to import again to select another image, and let me import this image and just reduce this a little bit. Okay, so for this image, okay, let me reduce the size. For this image, we'll send this to back. We'll be placing it, we want it to fit into this place. So we'll go over to shape. Let me log this. Okay, you see this one is encroaching into the other division, and we don't want it. So we'll go over to shape. We'll just go over to color to select the default red color, and we'll just slant this a little bit and move it upward. We'll slant this, then we can reduce the size of this. Okay, so once we've done this, we'll go over to layers, and we'll be merging the newly added image and the shape we added. Okay, and after we've done that, we'll go over to erase color, enable. We'll select the color picker, and we'll be selecting the red color, and after that, we'll just send this to back. Okay, so using the same process, we're able to also achieve for the other section. Okay, so let me quickly do that for the other sections. So we'll go over to import, and we'll select the image we'll be using. Okay, let me import this image, and once we've imported this image, we'll just reduce the size a little bit, and we'll be placing this over here. And once we place this over here, we'll be sending it to back. So from this, we can see that the unwanted part is encroaching. So using the same method, we'll go over to shape. We'll be adding a shape to this, making use of this square shape, and we'll go over to color to enable a red color, and we'll just slant this a little bit, and we'll be placing it here. Let's reduce the size. Okay, and we'll go over to layers, and we'll be merging the image and the shape together. and we'll go over to the erase color tool, and we'll make use of the color picker to select the red color, and we'll be sending this image to back. And see, we've created for the division. Okay, so let's create for the last part. Let's create for the last part. But before we do that, we'll go over to layers to lock the image. So for the last part, we'll go over to import. Okay, and let me select this image, and we'll just go over to reduce the size. We'll reduce the size, and we'll be placing it here, and we'll just send it to back, and this one fits in perfectly. Okay, so after everything has been completed, after all the division has been successfully, all the image has been successfully power clipped into the divisions, we'll go over to layers, and we'll be merging everything together. And click on OK to merge, and we'll just wait for it to merge. And once it's merged, we'll go over, once still clicking on it. Okay, let me position this at the center. We'll go over to erase color. Select the color picker and be selecting this green color to remove the green color. And okay, let me change the background color to white so you can see this, and this is it. Okay, so this is how to create this circle custom shape and power clip image into it. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you gained value, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell.